Hey y'all, Wesley Gray here. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I've finally got that day 2 Possum Kingdom video ready for y'all. Took me a little longer than I wanted to because I had a little bit of trouble with some of my footage. But here we are. On day 2, I decided to go back to the same place that I started in the morning on day 1 and just fish the same little cove all day. So if you haven't watched the day 1 video, go check it out, cruise through it, come back here. But it was a great day, caught a ton of fish, I love it. Stay tuned to the very end of the video because I'm going to show you guys all of the baits and lures that I caught fish on that day, plus the rods and reels that I used. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments below. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and as always, super appreciate y'all. I hope you enjoy the video.
Morning, everybody. Just got to my spot. Fishing the same place that I fished yesterday, and this is one of the places I had checked out in practice and caught a couple of nice fish and just left them. I didn't find as big a fish in here yesterday as I did in practice, but I also didn't stay in here that long. So I caught 4 fish, and then I left and went to another spot because I thought it would be better. And I caught a fish down there, so I got my limit, and then I left and went up to Bluff Creek Marina to try and cull up some big fish in that clear water. That was a mistake. I should have stayed in this cove and picked it apart yesterday. So that's what I'm going to do today, is I'm going to stay here and pick apart every nook and cranny and rock in here. I lost a big fish in here yesterday. So I hope it's still in the same area. So we'll find out. We've got about 6 minutes till lines in. The drum are back again, spawning up in the shallows. But what I'm hoping happens is I pull a big fish out of this corner down here. I caught a nice fish here in practice. So, and it looks like the water has even maybe come up just a tad. I mean, maybe like an inch or so, just looking at those culverts. But yeah, we're going to catch them up. Okay, and that's lines it. I just really want it to be a bass. So all the people that I launched with this morning, they all went the opposite direction, like toward the river. There's a grass island out there that looks really cool. And if it's one thing I can do, it's I can fish grass. I can catch jack out of any of that. Okay, so it's 7:32, y'all. It's officially 2 minutes past midnight. And I haven't caught any fish on top water.
I hate to tell you this, sis, but you're also not going to catch any fish on top water in the rest of this clip. Except for a striper that I don't show you guys. It was not fun.
The water's only about 4 feet deep here, so. Ooh, snake.
You guys are going to hear me mention snakes a whole lot in this video. There were a lot of snakes in the grass, around the edges of the banks, up in the rocks. I mean, I probably saw 30 snakes that day.
the net, please? Thank you. Woof. Ooh, some bass I heard over there. Okay. Yes, y'all. Not a horrible one. We are not mad at it. That probably 16 or so. Oh. Oh, but I'm hung in the grass. And I don't know if I've got him or not. I think I do.
This was such a neat catch. This fish got all wrapped up in the grass, and honestly, it made me a little nervous to go up there. You'll see here in just a second. I have to dig down in the water to get it out. At this point, I can't even really see that it's a fish. And I mean, I'm elbow deep in this murky water, and finally I see its tail, and it's just so wrapped up. I have to eventually put my rod down and get both hands in there to pull up the plant that it's wrapped around and the fish.
Oh my gosh. I need something to Oh my god, I would have never gotten him out of there. Wow. Thank goodness he was hooked good. Not as big as I thought, but that'll do, pig. Not the same fish, is it? No. What in the world? What's in the world? Wookie. Probably another 16.
So keep your eyes peeled on this one. This bass races by my boat. I had to slow it down and go back and make sure it was actually a bass, but hang with me on this one. So I had to untangle my line from this plant, strip out a whole bunch of line that was all messed up, retie and everything. And the whole time I'm sitting here, I can hear some fish.
Black and blue brush hog. Because I think with this dirty water, it's more being able to see it than what it actually looks like. So we'll see.
Okay, keep an eye in kind of the same spot again. So a little fish hits the top of the water right there. So, like, why not try to catch it, right?
You'll just die if I caught that. I would die if I caught that.
Yep, sister, me too. I would die if you caught it too. First cast doesn't quite go as planned. That second cast, though.
Ooh.
That fish swirled at it right as it hit the water.
Oh, shut up.
Bam.
Oh, he's free. Y'all, how do I count the ways? I absolutely love fishing. They are in here. salvage that worm. And it is a different fish. Look at that. Look at that greenness growing on him. Also, I have never seen that before.
So this is the only fish that I think I caught on a spinning rod all day. I threw a wacky worm a little bit, but I really just wasn't catching any fish of any size. So I ended up having to throw that one back. It wasn't even big enough.
Oh my word. Hello, darling. Oh my gosh. Hung up, sister. Look at that. Heck yeah. Oh my gosh, the snake came over that rock after my bait. I mean not to try and climb up there. I can't believe there was another fish in there. That's 4 fish in the same spot. Means there's gotta be a 5th, right?
So keep in mind how many snakes I've said that I have seen, and the fact that they have been in
Is that a dead snake or a live snake?
that rock patch right there.
Oh, I think it's dead.
And there was a big giant dead snake in the rock patch.
Oh, that's yucky.
It was very yucky. Keep it in mind for later on in the video, because this becomes an interesting fact.
Hell yeah. Yes. Oh my gosh. Look at that. Stop it, you big baby. Does not help me at all.
So at this point in the day, I'm a little frustrated because I kept getting short strikes, or the fish I was catching were just not getting any bigger. And I decided to make a change. I went from fishing that 11-inch blitz worm to a smaller zoom speed worm. And I started getting bites again. But the bites that I were getting were still like 14-inch fish or 15-inch fish. So it didn't change the way that I wanted it to change. So a little bit later on in the day, I actually do end up moving back to that bigger 11-inch worm, where I wasn't getting as many bites, but I was getting bigger fish when I did get bites.
Are y'all trying to catch shad? Yes. There's no shad over there. I've been fishing over here all morning. There's no shad in there. The water's only like 2 feet deep. If you want a boat ramp to go catch shad at, go to Rock Creek right down the street. Okay. It's deeper. And there's always, that's where all the striper guys go in the morning to go catch shad. I've been catching them here for about 2 weeks. Really? Yeah. Well, once the sun came out, they're gone. I haven't seen any.
So at some point, these folks showed up and thought that it was a great idea to crawl down that rock bank and throw their cast net right where all those snakes were.
Shad spawn burned off at about 8:30 this morning. We're just trying to buffalo and stuff too. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'm fishing a Bassmaster bass tournament right now. Oh, yeah? Yep. God, dog. They're bigger. I don't think you do. Let's see. I need 16 and a half plus. Nope. You are 14 and 3/4. Oh. This one helps either. Nope. That one might go. That one might go. Calm down, Rocky. Please be bigger than 16 and a half. Ow. Reasons why we wear gloves. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, baby. Be more than 16 and a half. Come on. Yes! Yes!
Well, guys, that's the end of my day 2 video for Possum Kingdom. Let's talk about some of the baits that I used in my rod and reel setups. So I've got my extra large Plano box. I like to call it my hangry box. This is what I keep all of my soft plastics in whenever I fish. It probably weighs 20 pounds. But it fits right underneath that seat on your Hobie PA. It's great. Okay, so almost every fish that I caught that day came on this right here. This is the X-Zone 11-inch blitz worm in black with blue flake. Deadly. I did end up running out of them in X-Zone Herd, and they sent me a big box of blitz worms in all different colors. So I'm pretty pumped about that. Thank you, X-Zone. When I kind of ran out of those and the bite kind of died toward the end of the day, I did switch worms, and I moved to this Zoom speed worm in Junebug Red. Felt like I was kind of getting some short strikes, and so I went with something that's a little bit smaller, a little bit of a different color. And I did end up getting some more bites, but the bites were getting smaller, the fish were getting smaller and not bigger. I was getting more bites, but not the size that I wanted. So I did end up going back to that bigger worm. And while I wasn't getting as many bites as I did with the other worm, they were bigger fish. So that ended up working out for me. Setup wise, you did see that I caught one or two fish on a spinning rod on a wacky worm. So that would be this guy right here. This is a Dobbins Champion XP DC 703 SF. This is my go-to spinning rod setup. I absolutely love it. I've got it paired with a Shimano Stratic 3000 size, the XG spool. But yeah, I just absolutely love this rod. It's great. And this is the exact worm that I caught that fish on in the video on. So this is an X Zone Lures True Center Stick and Green Pumpkin with Blue Flake. It's a really nice color combo. So if you're looking for just a good all-around spinning setup, this is the one. And I'll put links to everything in the description of the video below. And then the other setup, if you watched the day one video, you've already seen this setup. This is that Dobbins Champion XP DC 703C. This is just your good all-around bait casting setup. I've got it paired with a Shimano Curado DC in 150. But spinner baits, Cincos, flukes, Texas rigs, it'll pretty much throw anything in your tackle box. So that's why I like having it in my kayak, because it's pretty versatile. Thanks for watching, guys. Like and subscribe if you liked the video. As always, I appreciate you, and we'll see you around next time.